I read yesterday that British Petroleum were closing their offices in London. They're going to stay there for a couple of years because they had 6,500 people and they don't anymore, and a lot of them are working from home. Do you see that's going to be the trend worldwide?
I don't. If we look to the Far East, and I go back to the analogy of 80% of people not being able to work from home. In Hong Kong and Singapore, from the outset of this, corporations fought to keep their offices open because they needed the offices for their people to work from. The majority of people in those sorts of countries do not have the facilities to work from home. And there was a different approach to the virus in terms of facial coverings and social distancing from the outset. Whereas the other Western type countries are still trying to play catch up with that. The Far East are well ahead of that. And I was actually on a call recently where, or read a report, sorry, where one of the major big consultancy companies had their offices pretty much open all the way through, because otherwise people physically couldn't work from home. Lack of internet provision, lack of space, lack of health and well-being, and a different culture. That culture needs to be in the office. They don't want to be kept away from it. They don't choose to be taken away from it. In the West, I think we may have a lot more of that, the Europe and America, and I think that's because of the culture of the workforce, predominantly. Quite happy to work from home and not have to travel into the office. Whether they're as efficient at doing so is yet to be proven. Everybody says they like to work from home. Well, whoopie-doo. Let's see what the actual efficiency from the corporations reports back when they've done some in-depth analysis of what people are actually doing whilst they're working from home. And I've not seen any credible reporting on that as of yet. I've seen lots of reports where employees have been surveyed to say, are you happy working from home? And 80% of them have said yes. Well, that doesn't surprise me. I've worked from home for 8 years, and it is a discipline. It is a very difficult discipline to master, to get it right, in terms of work-life balance, in terms of your commitment when you're not feeling up to it. It's a real challenge. And I think all these big multi-million-dollar companies or billion-dollar companies that keep saying, we're keeping our offices closed until next year or indefinitely, well, great. Thank you very much for that, everybody. But the rest of the real world can't afford to do that.
As you know, I worked from home for many years, and I agree totally. It is a discipline that you need to get into.